called the Harrow. This next song is going to be in our full-length album that should be coming out sometime in 2015. Last song is a cover.
You guys want to introduce yourselves and say what you play?
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I sing and I also do some synths and programming stuff too.
I'm Barrett. I play synth and also do programming and stuff.
I'm Greg. I play guitar.
I'm Frank, and I play bass, some synth, and some programming as well.
So, of course, I'm sure everybody asks you this. Where does the name come from?
Well, the name dates back to just some solo things I was doing in 2008 or so. But the name itself comes from a Franz Kafka short story called In the Penal Colony, in which the Harrow is a device to implement torture in a post-apocalyptic society.
Is that what you're trying to do with your music? It didn't feel like torture.
Well, we try to invoke a nightmarish sense of dread with our lyrics, and Vanessa and I write a lot of lyrics together, and we generally come from the same sort of place with them, and so the name sort of reflects on that a bit.
But you've used it initially with a solo project of yours?
Mm-hmm, but it didn't really go anywhere. So.
So you just kept the name?
Yep.
I like that the name isn't just about the torture device itself. It's about how the victim that's being tortured is supposed to eventually find peace within themselves, and that's when they expire. So the music it's a release. So there's that too.
So you guys have already had a bunch of projects separately. How did you guys come together? Everybody point to Greg.
We are in a very incestuous bunch, it seems. I know Greg and I have played with our respective bands. We had separate bands a few years ago, and we used to, open for each other. And Greg actually, we live pretty close to each other, so he used to just come over and play some guitar, and I would lay some beats down, and it was just, we would have some fun. And then Frank and I played in our last band together. I played drums and he played bass and synth in that, and that was when I first really started hanging out with Frank. And I think from that moment, I think we kind of had a good kinship there. And when we knew after that band broke up, we kind of took a break, and we knew we'd eventually play together again. And we knew Greg was the guy that we wanted on guitar, just because Frank's other bands had played with him also. So it was just a matter of all of us always kind of being in the same orbit, and we just needed to land on the same planet.
And where did you pick up Vanessa?
I have a radio show, and Frank is also, in addition to the band, is a record collector and a DJ who has a really cool blog that I followed, and I just invited him to come on my radio show one night. I didn't know him or any of the guys at all, and we just got along really well, like right away, and I think he came over to my house after, because you were like waiting to get a car to come home, and so we were just sort of like playing each other our various music projects, and Frank just sort of asked if I wanted to try singing on one of the tracks, and I did, and it was really fun, and everybody sort of liked it, so they asked me if I wanted to join the band full-time, and I did.
What's the name of your radio show?
It's called Total Control,
and it's
on Newtown Radio, which is the station in Brooklyn that runs out of Bushwick.
Is it like a pirate station, or it's a real station?
It's an internet radio station, and my show is kind of like a minimal synth, goth, punk, like post-punk kind of show. I've been doing it for about 2 years.
Awesome. That sounds great. So you guys, you just have what, like an EP out?
Well, we have a few pieces along the way. The song Violets we did tonight has been done twice now. The first time we ever did it was a demo version with an old bandmate of mine and me only, and a different singer, and she didn't wind up working out, so we re-recorded it with everybody playing on it and Vanessa singing. That just came out on a compilation a month ago on Peter Out Records from Europe, and so that was one of our releases. But yeah, the EP is the main release. It's on cassette only, and there are no more cassettes, sadly. They have disappeared. The label's gone, and so, but it's digital right now. And then we just released, as of this week in July 4th actually, a split single with the song Axis, which we did tonight as well. So so we have an EP, a split single, and a compilation track, more or less.
And I just want to add that this single is on Aufnahme Wiedergabe.
Aufnahme and Wiedergabe.
Is that the other band?
Well, that's the name of the label out in Germany who put it out. The other band that we're splitting with is called La Fête Triste.
Are they German, or?
They are German, yes.
And how did that happen? Did you you hook up with that label?
Well, the funny thing is, the first time I played demos before, we're talking when it was just me and my other friend playing some of these instrumental demos, two people were interested in putting something out immediately. One of them was the label that did our EP that disappeared, and the other was Offnam and Wiedergabe. So I've basically been friends with them for quite a long time. We've circled the same orbit for a while. We've all DJed together. And in general, they invited me to do the single, so it took us a while to get to that point, but we did the song, and it worked out, and they loved it, and they put it out for us.
And that's going to be a physical 7-inch 45?
Yep.
Awesome.
And I think, without putting too much out there, I think we're doing our full-length record right now, and they will be releasing it in 2015.
Oh, great. So you have a label and everything for that.
Yeah, we're working on the album right now, and it's coming along really well. Yeah, it should be done in the next couple of months or so, and then hopefully 2015 release.
Sounds like you played a lot locally. You said you played a lot with Dead Leaf Echo. Have you toured around at all, or are you pretty much staying local
not
so
too
far?
much. We pretty much played locally. We did go up to New Paltz. We played a show up there with Dead Leaf, and that was great. We got to a point where we really decided, we had an EP out, but it just wasn't enough. We really wanted to write, and that's where we really found that we were enjoying doing this the most, was just creating the new music. So, we'll play a show here and there for now. Once we're done with the record, we'll probably be touring more.
Do you write together?
Yes.
But we don't really necessarily jam in a room so much as we start with the drum beat 99% of the time. We start with a beat that we all kind of, Vanessa will make, or I'll make it, or basically the three of us will make a beat, and then we'd go from there and just kind of layer parts on top of it until we have a full song. So there's not much of the organic creation happening, so much as more spontaneous and thought out stuff on top of programming, and it kind of comes, sometimes the guitar will go first, other times bass, sometimes we have even a vocal first before anything, so it's kind of piecemeal like that.
You guys all share a musical sensibility. Definitely a lot of like 4AD influence. I wish I was recording, when we were waiting for the engineer to get here, you guys were fooling around with Wax and Wayne, and I was like, I wish they knew that. So you guys have to learn that so you can play it out, because it would be awesome. Who covers Wax and Wayne? I mean...
Well, there's actually a few.
Deftones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they actually do a pretty good copy of that. Mouth to Mouth by, that's the only cover that we're doing right now from The Glove, obviously, Robert Smith's short form project. And Steve Severin, can't leave him out. But yeah, that seemed like the perfect fit for us as far as a cover. We kind of just wanted to just play something different, and, covers are always good for that, so...
And I think without being as obvious as covering a Cure song, The Glove was kind of like slightly nerdy to do. But meanwhile, because it's hard to deny, like both Cocteau Twins and The Cure are pretty much, we wear it on our sleeves. Like, it's the early 17 Seconds kind of Cure. And Greg likes a different era of Cocteau Twins than I do, but generally when I started this, it was more about like the Garlands and Inner Angelhood, like that kind of, those kind of songs and records. Just really appealed.
And Greg, likes the Heaven in Las Vegas era?
I like the dreamier stuff.
Treasure is my favorite.
I would say Head Over Heels and Head Over Heels and Heaven in Las Vegas are my two favorites.
Yeah. So where can people find you guys?
We're obviously on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. Most of it's, I believe, the Harrow Music. .com. Yes, that's the main website.
There was already the Harrow.com. I wonder what that is. Is it a torture site? What is it?
Isn't there a pub?
Oh, no. Well, the Harrow.com is actually, interestingly enough, a site that publishes short stories. So, yeah.
So they got the same idea.
Yeah, no,
It's from the Kafka bit.
We can't hate them for that. So maybe we'll get it eventually. But, so we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. We do all that stuff.
And your EP is on Bandcamp?
Yes, Bandcamp. That's all we have. That's all we have up there right now.
And some shirts.
And some shirts. We have T-shirts on Bandcamp.
Sure.
You can do that now. But the Axis single is right now. It's through the Offnam site, and the Violets the compilation that's on is on the Peter Out Records Bandcamp, and you can also get it on vinyl.
I don't think we mentioned what the name of that compilation is. It's called Let's Peter Out.
Oh, okay. That's helpful.
Interestingly enough, both of those releases, the Axis single and the Peter Out compilation, are both on white vinyl. which is pretty cool.
White vinyl is very hot, although it's sometimes it can be hard to find the lines between the songs.
As a DJ, that is a real pain. Yeah, any
White and clear.
clear and white vinyl, it's such a drag when you kind of figure out to queue up the song. So yeah.
Where do you DJ?
Well, I used to have a weekly DJ night. I was the resident DJ at the Weird Records party.
Oh,
That was in the Lower East Side. It was going on for 10 years. I DJ'd for 4 of those years. And now I just kind of sporadically DJ wherever I get booked, basically. So it's like once every couple months.
so it's mostly a club kind of thing as
Yeah,
opposed to like
like
the radio
the-
that she does.
Yeah, yeah. I like come from a radio background, but then I do definitely go for more of a club vibe when I DJ. Like either I could do post punk or EDM or synth. It just kind of depends on the night. I can do anything in that world.
We were talking before about guilty musical pleasures. You wanna fess up to some of the things you mentioned loving?
I love Kenny Loggins and basically anything with a saxophone in the 80s.
Careless Whisper.
Absolutely karaoke favorite.
For me, Lana Del Rey. I love everything she's done so far. I just love it.
She's got, I mean, I haven't heard much of her, but there's definitely kind of a depressing Julie Cruz kind of
Yeah.
similarity there.
Yeah, there's that whole Julie Cruz aspect and the whole like Nancy Sinatra burn the world down sort of thing that really appealed. As far as pop music goes, it's a little more interesting than electro pop stuff.
Vanessa won't admit to it, but she likes CNC Music Factory.
Actually, I mean, I wouldn't call these like guilty pleasures, but like it's 2 things that I like a lot that I know that these guys aren't super into is like I really love techno and I really love rap music.
I like techno.
Yeah.
You and the rap music, not so much.
Yeah.
And then Greg.
I would second Vanessa. I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I have
Yeah.
like vastly wide musical tastes. But I would say the thing that I get teased about in the band the most is that I like Steely Dan. Because they all hate it.
Terrible.
Because they're absolutely terrible.
Hey, I also know
Man who loves Dokken.
I also know Asia backwards and forwards, so I can relate to that. Anything else you guys want to say as far as anything coming up or no?
No, just the record. We're really excited to have that out soon. I think we played 1 song from it tonight, but the rest are even better.
Okay, thank you guys so much for coming in. You sounded great.
Thanks so much for having us.